Alright guys, today we're going to go over camouflage. So, I'm obviously wearing the wrong type of camouflage for this environment. You can see it's fucking green behind me. You can see I'm wearing blue jeans and a red hat. I'm going to show you guys how you can actually camouflage all this so that, if you need to take a shot with any sort of sniper rifle or any sort of long-range precision rifle, that you can do that and be undetected even in the wrong type of camouflage. And I'm going to go over a couple different types of ways that you can utilize your environment to effectively engage a target without being detected. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so I'm behind my screen right now. I can clearly see you. I can see my cameraman. I can see the type of camera they're using. And I can see, hold 2 fingers up. Alright, I can clearly see 2 fingers. So, right now my dog's coming to me, but that's okay. Now, utilizing this type of method when utilizing any sort of camouflage in a wooded environment is, for me it's my favorite one. I have to do the least amount of work and it's one of the most effective techniques. So let me break it down for you. Alright guys, so I'm here kind of in like a wooded area, pretty much where the backdrop was for the earlier part of the video. We're going to go over kind of what you can use to camouflage your weapon. Now you have to cut out all the straight lines, all the perfectly rounded curves, and you want to break up that silhouette of your weapon as well as your body. Alright, all this is actually going to help me, believe it or not. I could roll around in the mud. I'm not going to do that, but I can show you more effective ways to kind of camouflage yourself, or just as effective ways. Now you need to take into consideration all the foliage around you. Okay, so like all these pine trees or whatever the fuck they're called, evergreen, I don't know, I can't remember what they're called, but also you have to take a look at the moss around you. All the sticks that have this stuff on it is actually going to be quite useful. So you can take this off if it's a big enough stick and literally just put it on. You can put it on your weapon, you can put it on your tripod, whatever you're really using to take a shot. Now if I were to camo myself up, I'd want to break up my silhouette, so I need to get rid of that bad boy. Now I'd want to break up my silhouette just like this and just keep shoving not random stuff, but stuff that looks really identical to the area around me. So if you take bark, that's not going to do it, because unless you have a tree that stops about halfway up, which I understand trees are kind of everywhere and they're all different. If you have like halfway cut off bark anywhere on your arms or whatever, like this kind of stuff right here, if you put that on there, it's just gonna look fucking weird. Alright, it's actually gonna cause hard lines, versus if you were to take, actually I have some right here. If you were to take, little branches like this, tie them off to, either the top of your arm, like this, because this bends naturally. You're gonna have a little bit harder time camouflaging this. You can also tie it off like right here. It just depends on what you're really trying to do and the angle you're trying to shoot at, and I can't really emphasize that enough. Make everything look more natural so that you don't just stick out like a sore thumb. If you have that guy exposed right there, and let's say you camouflage right here, well, an experienced spotter is going to see something that just doesn't look quite right. Trees don't break upwards, alright? They break downwards, left and right, depending on what went through it. They do not break like with this portion facing up, okay? So that is quite important to do. So I'm going to show you how to camouflage your tripod as well. So camouflaging your tripod, you actually can take moss just like this. I have some tripwire, like just regular, I forgot what I called it earlier on my other video. Snare wire, there we go. But I have snare wire right here, okay? Now I'm going to take this snare wire and take out my handy dandy multi-tool, okay? Put that guy right there. cut. Boom. All right. Get a nice long strand. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just a nice long strand of snare wire, or if you have 550 cord. The only unfortunate part is if your 550 cord is not quote unquote washed, such as like a ghillie wash where it takes the shine out of it, you are more easily detected. So if you guys are building ghillie suits on your own, make sure you do a ghillie wash. It'll break up that not natural shine, and it will kind of like dampen it. It will dampen it, but it will also give you a more natural look, and a look that really kind of blends in with whatever environment you're trying to replicate, because it's not shiny. If it's shiny, if the sun catches it right, it's just gonna it's really gonna put you out there to your environment that is dull or drab. And if I have a shiny object, I mean, these two don't really compare, but it's kind of just emphasizing the point. This may have a little bit of shine to it, but nothing like something that is unnatural, aka 550. Which, if you take the shine of this, okay, there's sun out today, but it's not directly in the sun. You can still see the shine of this 550 cord. Okay, so that is something to take into consideration. Also, this white shit, you're gonna need to gut your 550 cord as well. So just pull that all out. Pull that all out. All right, now camouflaging your tripod. Okay, so I'm gonna take my snare wire and this shit I pulled off the tree, and let's say I'm taking a shot right there. Okay, so I'm taking a shot right here. I have a clear line of sight, which I have a clear line of sight to about 150, 200 meters. That's not too bad. I'm going to take this and I put it on the side facing whatever it may be that is exposed. Tie it on just like so. Make sure it is tight. You really don't want to not have a tight ass knot, which I'm failing at right now. Alright, so make sure your snare wire is tight. Okay, what I like to do is I am going to prep a slip knot. Alright, so I prepped a slip knot. Now that allows me to expand and really grab this right here. Boom. Shove this like that. Pull on it. Cinch it down. And now it's not going anywhere. Alright, and then if you want, do the same thing on the other side. Right here. So that's a square knot. It's not a slip knot. Idiot. Alright, so I just did another slip knot on the bottom portion right there. Now, this is going to look more natural than if I were to try and tie bark on there, glue bark on there, whatever it may be. Another thing I might throw on there, which I will throw on there, is this right here. Okay, so I'm going to grab some more snare wire. And I'm going to take this, and my optic's powerful enough to glass through it. So what I want to do is I want to replicate this tree right in front of me, because that's acting as a screen, but I also want to blend in with said screen. It will also allow it, if I put it on the front of my tripod, it'll break up the silhouette behind it. Therefore, when I said I'm going to wear all of this wrong color for the environment I'm in, it's going to allow me to break up that silhouette. Alright, so I have about roughly 150 to 200 meter visibility, pretty clear. I can also, clear out if I need, clear out any vegetation that I need to in order to make sure that, I can see through my optic. And definitely, I would even say, I mean, you were 10, 15 meters away and you couldn't see me. Ain't no way someone's spotting me from, 100 to 200 meters. No chance. Unless they are like the best sniper I've, like probably the Chechen from Afghanistan. So, all right, at least the one that faced Nick Irvin. But so let me break this down for you real quick, and I'm just gonna do it from as Grand Thumb would put it, tip to butt. So right here, what I did was I took snare wire or snare string. It's olive drab already, and it's pretty dull, so I don't have to worry about any like glint or shine coming off of it if the sun hits it. So I tied this to my barrel right here. All right, now all these were just put in place because my tripod is pretty easy just to stick stuff into. As long as it's facing the right way, you're not really going to have a problem. If it is facing, so there's a difference that you can see right here, that there's a deep green. If you turn it around, a dead green, or the side that doesn't really get the sunlight. There is a giveaway for that. So if you pay attention to those giveaways, it'll actually help you in like the counter sniping or the target identification factor of a lot of stuff. So just pull this out, boom. All right, more snare wire, as you can see, that I just tied everything onto. And that shit is strong. Alright. Now, obviously I'm showing you my rifle. Come on now. I'm gonna have to cut that off. But now I'm showing you my rifle. So if you go back to where you were, I will clear out my entire screen, and then you'll be able to see me almost clear as day. You can see me clear as day. As like I have nothing left on my weapon except just some leftover snare wire. I'm standing up right now. Now I'm sitting down, and I am right now behind my weapon as if I were ready to engage. Okay, so the effectiveness of a screen is huge. Okay, I love screens, and they are one of the best ways to quickly camouflage yourself in any sort of environment. You can do it in urban, you can do it in the woods, you honestly could do it in the desert. A little bit tricky if it's just sand, but yeah, you can really do it anywhere you please, as long as you have the right materials and the capability of just having something to be able to be in front of you and provide you with kind of like a offset, like you can't find the depth and you can't really see everything clearly. Your silhouette is broken up to a point where you're just kind of like, is that something over there? Is that something over there? I don't know what's going on. So, and you'll often see like a bunch of dudes post videos of like, let's say I was laying somewhere around here in a ghillie suit. They'll be like, you got 30 seconds to find the sniper. Now, if you know what you're looking for, it's actually quite simple. One of them I saw, he was very, very well hidden, but the only thing that gave him away was the fact that there was a black, like a black shape that just stood out to me. It was too dark for the environment, and those are the kind of target identifiers you're looking for in order to spot any sort of sniper. Is what really doesn't blend into the environment. You're just like, hey, that's kind of sitting wrong with me. I like, what is that? So then you kind of look more into it and you're like, oh shit, that's a bad guy. So kind of give you an idea, if you take a look, okay, and no, this is not pointed at the cameraman. So boom, right here, this would be a giveaway, okay? If it was closed, not so much, but also this black ring right here. All right, this honeycomb is just meant really stopping glint and shit like that, but it is a giveaway. All right, so any circular, perfect circular objects like my suppressor right here, if this wasn't, like a little more dull and it was perfectly black, that would be a dead giveaway. This is an indicator right here. Okay, the red, that's an indicator. This black magazine, that's an indicator. All right, things that just stand out because it doesn't blend in. And for those of you who say black is a natural color in the environment, it's really not. Like, even look at my shoes, they stand out like a fucking sore thumb. So this is not a natural color. This does not blend in very well, even to like the dead grass. Okay, so when you're camouflaging yourself, make sure that you take the time to do everything correctly.